work from Tribal DDB.
Yes.
There are new platforms for crowdsourcing things, crowdfunding ideas, which show up everywhere now on the internet. How can small and medium businesses and corporations use this platform in order to maybe try out some ideas, or see if they can be useful just to improve their innovation process?
That's a great question. I think the platforms are global. Indiegogo, Kickstarter are now global platforms, so it's definitely available to anybody who wants to build a little video and present themselves. What I think becomes really interesting is using it as almost a market research tool. So beginning to put out a product, and you may not even have to show the global company, and say, hey, we have this new product, would you like to buy it? And then rather than doing traditional market research and asking people, how likely would you be to buy it, you can now measure their interest based on the price they're willing to donate. But also you can test different pricing. So from a research standpoint, it becomes a wonderful platform to test your ideas, because you'll have the market as the crowdsourced market as your market to determine it, because one, they are self-selecting, they're pursuing it, they're seeking it out. Two, they're voting with a dollar amount, not just a survey. And the third part is you begin to build some ambassadors, and you can then reach out to them and saying, hey, thanks so much for being part of it. As a result, we're going to send you this t-shirt. We're going to send you this version of the product, and they become your beta testers, if you will, or your early users, and you can gain feedback back and forth. So now you can begin building engagement through an economic platform, not just a market research platform, to try those different innovations out.
Should they come, those companies, transparently on this platform? Due to the fact that, for instance, we know that Kickstarters and Indiegogo, those are platforms for many individuals who have great ideas, so they engage with other individuals online. What do you think about this?
I think transparency is ultimately important. It's going to happen anyway, and if you try and hide it, you're going to get caught. So there's no reason, at least initially, to test and say, hey, we're Nestle, we are Unilever, we have this new product that we're really excited about. The challenge will be the need for funding to a multi-billion-dollar global company is a little dishonest. So you can come out as the product, but asking for money as a global company is a little bit trickier. So you may need to almost go through a third party to establish that kind of rapport and show some transparency at the end. It's similar to how bloggers talk about products. And so you can use a similar model where you are bringing out a product to the market for people to comment on, and supplying it to somebody to act as your intermediary or as your agency in a way.
Is any sector, any industry able to tap into this, pool of ideas and comments and feedbacks of the people? Or would you say that, the B2B industry, for instance, should remain maybe a step aside of this process? Yeah,
I think certainly consumer products are the way to go, because although there's a challenge there because the cost of shipping all of the products is something you got to build into. But consumer products and electronics, film and media seem to be very positive and very easy to deliver. B2B is an interesting activity. I haven't heard of anybody doing B2B yet. There may be out there. I know there's sites like Alibaba in Europe or in Asia that'll connect suppliers and buyers in an industrial context, and even eBay to a certain degree. But I think as a...
To fund the ideas as well?
No, it's just more of connecting buyers and suppliers. There's not an idea of funding standpoint. So, but if it's a business service and then you can offer this service as a reward for funding, I think it's worth a try.
Yeah, to be considered maybe.
Yeah, it's worth considering, and it may become an adjunct to other activities, but certainly worth a try to give it a shot.